Alright, cool. So we got this going. So it's been since we last streamed this sign project, it's been 4 days. We were working on the female punk character, and at some point we're gonna stream that. So far we've been doing offline streams, and then we were gonna possibly do a com compiling of the videos, kind of experimenting with different formats. Let me see. Kind of getting a little bored of this project, so I want to try to. Oops, that's the stream. I'm gonna open it there. Getting a little bored of it, so I want to try to get it done pretty soon. Today, we're probably not going to jump in Discord. We'll have about 2 hours before we have to go to work. Let's get rid of that background. Let's put this into material preview. And I was looking at this earlier, and I feel like this if you look at this, it looks crooked. So I want to try to project a more accurate texture. See if you could save out the UVs here so I can edit it in Photoshop. Let me test this out here. Is this a 2K? This might be a 2K. Let me open this up in Photoshop. I thought I could just copy paste it into Photoshop, but it doesn't work like that, sadly. It's probably called like UV snapshot or something. Export UV layout, is that it? PNG. Call this one, what is this called? Signpost UV. This should work. And then if we jump back over to Photoshop, that works. Where are you? There. And then let me paste the UV in. Wait, what am I doing? Gotta drag in the UV. There it is. It's black in the preview. Oh, something went wrong. Just a second. Let's see if that works this time. Let's drag it in again. Yeah, that works. So earlier in Blender, I had to press A when I was hovering over my UVs to make sure that they it's basically when I hit in Blender UV and I selected export UV layout, it was expecting me to select parts of the UV that it wanted me to export, and I didn't have anything selected, which is why I was blank. Let's see, back over here. Um, I saw a better image. So we can go two different routes here. We could folder. Let's see. Or I can copy paste it over. Let's see what happens here. Copy and paste it. So we can use this one. Let's hide this one. Let's call this one. I'll hide it for now. And make it bigger. Let's make it a little bit more opaque so I can kind of see. Let's actually temporarily hide this one. So I'm gonna make a new layer and I'm gonna grab this color. And I'm just gonna fill this area with that white color. We'll reintroduce like painted noise back in 3D Cut, but I just want to get the arrow to feel straight. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. I'm holding Alt now. It's a little too clean. Okay. Let's bring back the opacity. Let's hide it for a sec. And let's hide this for a sec. Back on this guy. I think I accidentally moved it. Yeah, I undid it now. What I want to try is there a clone brush? Which is the clone brush? This guy. Let's grab this blue and then kind of paint away the white. I'm pressing Alt and grabbing some color in random spots and like painting away. The reason why I'm not just grabbing blue and doing this is because there's a lot of interesting like noise in this color. So instead I'm like kind of stamping away versus painting away. Something like that. So there's still a little bit of white in there. I kind of like that. So, and then let's bring back the clean one. Let's experiment with different blend modes here, just to kind of see. I'm pressing up down on here, just to see. I'm doing it to the wrong layer. Oopsie, gotta do this layer. So let's see if we could spot anything that just sticks out first. Okay, I think I saw one that was kind of good. Like this one. Pin light kind of works here. Let's go back to normal. Let's go to wand tool. Let's select the white on the inside. Let's make a new layer and then we'll fill it with this. Let's fill it with let's fill it with like an off-white color. Like let's fill it with this color over here. Let's Forget how to hide the selection here. I think it's Control H, I think. Yeah, so now Control H hides the ants of the mask. So I can just kind of paint. Let me get my pen here. And let's just kind of paint it here. This brush is too hard, so let's kind of experiment with a different brush. Oh wait. Ooh, I forgot my hotkeys are different. So I was like, what's happening? There we go. I think I was pressing the hotkey that resets the colors in my color picker. Right now we're just kind of aiming for something that kind of gives us some like noise. Might lower the flow. Might color grab, and I might also lower the opacity a little. Just kind of giving us more interesting texture. The edge of the texture is a little too clean right now, but we'll get to that. I'll blend this away a little bit too. I'm just alt clicking and getting some of the color that is in that area. I'm gonna leave some of that brushiness there. I like that brushiness. Let's back up a bit. Yeah, it feels okay. Like I'm looking at this tone to this tone. It might be a little too light. What I might do is grab this white. Ooh, it's a little blue though. I mean, a little red. Let's shift this to blue. Yeah, that feels better. Let's go pretty low though. Let's go like 30. Let's change this to lighten as well. There you go. That feels better. And I'm just kind of doing some broad strokes and making. Oops! I keep doing that. I keep hitting the. I keep hitting D because on my other programs I have it set to. I have A and D set to brush size, so I naturally hit D, and that resets the brush size. But it's really annoying because I think every time Photoshop updates, it resets my hotkey, so I end up not bothering like switching it back. So, okay, so I'm kind of happy with that. I brought back the mask just to see it. We could, we can get rid of the mask and blur it a bit. That might be one thing we could do. So let's see if there's a smudge tool. Or blur tool. We could try, let's try smudge first. Yeah, let's kind of weaken it a little. I think blur might be better here. Let's make the brush bigger. And just kind of smudge it a little bit. Get rid of that really hard edge. Just like tapping it. It's a little strong. So kind of anti-aliasing it almost. Yeah, it's a little better. And let's look at how it feels now. Yeah, it feels much better. Since we're here, let's get rid of a bit of this. I feel like this is a little too or darn it, I keep doing it. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys. Okay. It's annoying because A and D is perfect. It's like it next to everything. But I hate having to switch the hotkey every time. Let's raise the strength of this thing. Just want to see what it looks like. Okay. Let's screen grab. Oops, that's not the right key. Screen grab. And then we'll just kind of get rid of some of this this pixelation noise. It kind of works, but it's just too much. So now that I did that, I feel like it's a little warped. So let's use the lasso tool. And let me try to warp it. Oh, let's undo that. What I gotta do is combine these two, and then we'll work that. And then I could kind of push and pull this a little bit better. Let's hide it. See if I can help us see what we're doing. What does the original look like? Where did I even get this? Oh, there it is. Okay. That's not bad. I might stretch the front a little bit more, though. That beep noise probably came from clicking outside the selection. I might have to apply this one. And I might have to just paint it by hand. Or I might do this, just select the front and then warp that. Hide it so I can just kind of work without it there. That looks like it's getting a little too warpy. Let's just hit enter and not do anything really. Let's go in there with the brush. Darn it, I keep hitting that. Let's raise the opacity. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, that's because I have it set to the wrong brush. I'm like, why doesn't this feel like it's doing anything? Let's get this deeper red. Let's turn off, I think this one I don't mind. I'm gonna make it darker. Might be too dark. Let's go more saturated. Which actually darkens it more, but why does it look so light though? What's happening? Let's go with hard round for a sec. Why does it look so light? What's happening? What the hell? Oh, it's getting lighter and lighter. Why is that happening? Let me undo. Go to the eyedropper tool. Point sample, all layers. That could be why. Let's look at the other settings. Why is that happening? I do current layer. Okay, that worked. I don't know why. I don't know where this is kind of getting lightened. Oh, that's why. It was sampling all layers, and this one was influencing it by being more opaque. Instead, this was supposed to be set to like multiply or something. Or not multiply, it's supposed to be set to like darken or something. Darken. There you go. So it doesn't, it still actually affects this. That's weird. Why does this even have like white on it? It's supposed to be just like black lines. That's kind of notably bad. There might be a mode that this won't be a problem. Overlay maybe? No, it still affects it. Hmm. Let me look at this in another thing really quick. Because that's throwing me off. Like what is happening here? So let's fill this with black. Let's look at this UV. Because like in Maya, when you export these, they're like transparent, and then let's color grab this. So it's at 75% gray. Like why? I can't. Why is that like that? That's horrible. If I didn't notice it sooner, I mean, if I noticed it later, that would have screwed me over. Let me look at the export UV layout. Why? Oh, okay. PNG format. Oh, fill opacity. So I'm looking at the export settings. Fill opacity 0. So I'm going to re-export out from Blender. I haven't really done it too often, so I didn't know that was a thing. But if I replace it with, in the settings, there's something called fill opacity when you export the UV. I put it to 0. It was at 0.25. So now, oh wait, I have to also select it all again. Export UV layout, fill opacity 0. And let's replace it here. Okay, and then let's bring it back in here. So if I drag it over, oh, it's offset. Let me undo that. That's kind of annoying. It's that it's not like that by default. I guess they have to have it there so that way you know it's an option. Because if it was already 0, then you're like not even thinking about it. Try to drag that in again. There you go. So now, if I hide it, it's completely black as it should be. And then so if I do another test here with like 100% white, you could see that it's just the black lines like you would want. So close that. That was a good test. We learned something. Let's get rid of this one. And let's bring in this one. So this one is the one that we want. Get rid of this. And if you look now, it's doing exactly what we wanted. Get true colors. That was a good catch. We learned something today. So that kind of made it worth it, honestly, today. Let's keep going here. Filling these cracks. Let me also do a fill layer and put it as black below everything. That way we can kind of see where these transparent cracks are on this model, or this texture, I mean. And we'll just fill that. We're gonna lean into this kind of grungy JPEG pixelation look. I'm gonna do some more cleanup in 3D Coat as well. Okay. And we didn't really paint the stuff down here, but we'll do that in 3D Coat. Let's switch brushes here. Oopsie, I did not mean to do that. Let me see. Time is it? Let's lower this down to like 30, lower this down. Darn it. Oh my god. It might be worth like switching my hotkeys just for this every time. Like, it's just really frustrating. Okay, cool. It's a little messy and I kind of like it. Okay. I might clean this area up. I might just do that in 3D Coat. So the main thing is we replaced this arrow and made it straighter. We made this one a little straighter as well. And a little boring, but we got it done. Let's save this as a Photoshop document, just so that we can come back to it later with the UV in there. Okay, so now we're running into a potential issue. Where do I save this? I could save it in a 3D Coat texture. I want to make sure, I'm going to try to stay pretty consistent with the name too here. I'm trying to think if I would run into any issues. Let's call this, instead of mat, let's call it PS at the end. So that way we remember this is Photoshop. Okay, that should do it. And then let's save out the version with no UVs. This is the clean version right there. Just kind of looking at the layers. Yeah, we're cool. Yeah. And I'll save it. Let's save as a PNG this time. Now, I could replace the original, or I could say 1 or 2, version 2. I'm trying to think here. So if I replace it, then it would update in Blender, which is good. There's no need for the old one really. One problem we might face is if we export out from 3D Coat right now, it might replace this. But we have a backup with the Photoshop we saved, so it's not completely destructive. Okay, let's just replace it so we kind of stay consistent here. So our existing one will replace. And let's tab over to 3D Coat. I gotta load the project first. And let's go to 3D Coat. Cool. And then we did it before in the past where we were able to replace textures in a way. But I haven't worked in 3D Coat in a while, so it's going to be a little tricky to remember how to do it. What's kind of bugging me is their texture is gone apparently, or maybe it's in a different mode. Let's see if it's here. It's not here. Let's open the there was another version of the file here, so let's see if it's here. I just want to see, I think I saved out another version. This might be it. This is it. Okay, so I just don't remember putting it as like 0.001 like that. I feel like I don't normally write it like that, but apparently it's here, so that's good. Now the next step is we want to replace basically everything we did here and basically merge it as one layer. So let's see what happens here. So if we import an albedo texture, and it's going to be for signpost, and we select our signpost match. And then let's bring it below the ambient occlusion layer. This is with the ambient occlusion off. On, off. It's pretty subtle, which is good. And back over here. Oh, you know what might be an issue though? Is it might already have ambient occlusion baked in, so we just doubled it basically, which is okay so far because it's so subtle. But that might be an issue, so I have to remember when I bake out that I need to have ambient occlusion off if I'm going to be doing this destructive overlapping merge thing. But what's cool is we can actually still compare the old and new. So you can see we kind of fix up the arrows a bit. It looks a little too clean for me. Let's also look at our reference here. What is happening with the sign? That actually looks okay based on the reference to me. So let's keep going. What we'll do is we'll destroy the old ones. And why does this have something on it? Don't know why this has stuff on it. I could delete it. Let's see what happens if we delete it. Is it deleting or maybe it needs it there? I don't know why it's not going away. It's okay though. It's basically covered, so I'm not too worried about it. It's a little finicky. I haven't used 3D Code in a while, so my brain is having trouble navigating a little bit. Why does it feel like that? Why is it? Oh, it's so skinny that it's expecting the camera to move. Okay, yeah, I'm just having trouble. So middle mouse lets me pan, but it'll pan locally if I have right click. No, if I have shift right click and pan, it breaks when I get off the model. That's kind of a trip, yeah. We customized the cameras a little bit, the camera settings, so it's a little finicky, but it works overall. I don't want to work on this too much longer. I'm already getting kind of bored. So let's go into texturing the back. I had an idea where I wanted to add noise to this texture. Let's try loading up a noise texture. Something that's like a noise. Let's see. Yeah, something like this, but it's like a little bit more subtle, a little softer. This one might be pretty good. Ooh, this one's pretty good right here. I like this one. Let me try to grab this guy. Save it. We'll just leave it in the downloads for now. Let's call this noise light. And let me tab over here. I think it's going to be under brushes. Texture file, and then we're going to go to downloads. Noise white. And let's see what it does here. Getting a little closer. What does it do? So it makes like a boxy shape because the primary shape's a box. It does add a little bit of black and white noise there, which is what I'm going for. Let's see if we can adjust some of the settings on it. I also don't want red. I want like maybe blue. Very, very subtle. Ooh, it's kind of laggy. I think it's because I'm making the brush too big. Yeah. Kind of unintended interesting results is the overlapping black that happens there, which adds some noise as well, which is kind of cool. Kind of gives it like a kind of like a thick acrylic overlapping paint, like embossed effect, which is kind of fun. Um, Looking at examples, it's pretty white. So let's stay pretty white here. I I I never really thought I would let's use our 3D mouse here, which makes it so much easier to paint with in 3D Cut. A little finicky with the what you might call it, the keyboard to navigate. I feel like I'm grabbing a brush and I'm like literally painting on this. It feels really fun. I like this. Um, One thing I noticed though is this brush stays vertical, so we're just getting like a box. So what if we added like directionality to the brush? I don't know if that's a possibility here. Let's see if we could pop open settings. Brush options panel. Oh, okay. Painting with dabs. What does that mean? Rotate along stroke. Spacing. Fade on edge. What does that do? Let's see what that does. Huh. It kind of makes more subtle. I can kind of do more subtle shifts in the fade. Ooh, that's kind of fun. It adds a lot of interesting noise, which is cool. It's kind of weird. I kind of get into this like weird mental like trance or like let's press the F key like right here. It's like kind of meditative, I guess, like how it might be fun to add a bit more variation in the color here as well. Let's back out and see if what we did is good. Um, let's try changing on something. Let's try, what's painting with dabs? So it took off spacing. I don't really know what that did. Yeah, I don't really know what that did. Let me try switching that back. Let's try rotate along stroke, see what that does. I kind of like this. I kind of like it. It's making it feel more brushstrokey. I love how like subtle it's able to like cause like gradients of like shifting. Let's kind of make it more interesting. Let's add more color variation. Just like splash in random splotches of color. Let's add this pastel blue color. I might do it on the front a little bit. Why not? I'm gonna hit the F key right here, so that's my anchor point, so the camera rotates from there. I might add some like more red or something. And, like just random lines of color. I should probably save this brush. You can see my anchor point's so low, so when I rotate tilt, it's like based on that point down there, which is a little too extreme up here. I'm gonna add more like red, I think. They're kind of similar, like they feel like it's like a bluey red kind of, I guess. Maybe I'll put one right there, one right there, right there. Break up that like perfect white. Let's try changing the brush size a little bit. I'm using the mouse, I mean the keyboard again to navigate. I kind of want to change like the strength this happens. It feels a little stiff. Oh wait, I could do this. But yeah, it kind of still feels a little stiff. It's hard to explain. I don't know exactly how I would adjust it. Let's color grab this white again. I feel like hand painting textures, it's like I feel like it's like a rabbit hole where you just can go on forever. So it's kind of scary where it's like you look at the time and like an hour went by already. And you're like doodling in the same spot. Right now the brush kind of feels like watered down acrylic where it's not really putting down its full tone. Which is okay, I guess, but it just means it takes longer to build up. I kind of like how this has like random blue hues and stuff. Wait, why can't I move my camera? Wait, let's see. Yo. Middle mouse? No. That kind of bugs me. I guess I don't have a middle mouse on my... Huh. Yeah. So my tablet... Oh no, I do. Okay. Yeah, my pen, I have the back upper button set to middle mouse, so I could still do this. But the other way is I have to hover over, which is kind of like it's annoying because it breaks out. Like right here, it breaks, and I can't. It doesn't. Like it drips. It drops it. But this one, yeah, still kind of fighting the controls. It's been so long. But I like this like random. And I can go back to the mouse here. Base this. I kind of like this random hue of blue. I guess this like this what do you call it? Shift right click on the object's not a big deal, especially if your object's big. But this is really thin, so it's really annoying when you break out of it accidentally like this. And you're like, oh, I dropped it. I wanted this texture to be more reliant on the what do you call it? The diffuse. So, oh, I'm actually painting on the texture. That's kind of a potentially bad thing. It might not matter really, but I'll just add a new layer for now. Call it paint. That way we have a bit more control. Kind of want to, let's see. Let's make this more white. I don't like all the black outline that's happening there, but it's okay for now. I'll overlap it later. And it adds this like subtle noise in the texture, which is cool. I'm just gonna try to make sure it works from this front view. It almost looks like mummy bandages, which is not what I want to go for. So that looks okay to me from the front. Let's go from the side. Just kind of get that color down. I don't know what to do with that sticker yet. It might have been easier to have like a an image already like projected onto the flat version, and I could have it warp around the pole, but and I'm just gonna paint on the inside here. Ooh, it's kind of laggy, and it gets into those like crevices. Not sure what to do with the edges of the signs yet. Kind of want to just hit the go button on this really, like I'm kind of getting bored of this project. I wanted to make a few more versions of the actual signs. Let's hit the save button because I feel like we did good progress. Okay. Another thing we can consider is, do we want to like hand paint and suggest like ambient occlusion or shadows? But then if we do it on one spot, we have to do it everywhere, so it's kind of like a it's like, do I really want to do everything by hand and kind of go back to that rabbit hole of like how much time am I willing to invest in painting everything? Okay, let me spin around the model. Kind of feels like a post-apocalyptic sign, like you don't see him this dirty normally. Okay. These darker spots kind of suggest like cast shadows from the sign, which is kind of works for it. I do like the textury noise that's happening. The blue on the top maybe is suggestive of like the blue sky like reflecting into it. Um, I kind of don't want to make it too grimy. Trying to think here. Let's go back to brushes. I'm gonna save again. I could make another brush with a different texture. Let's look at some other brushes here. There's some really grimy stuff. There's a picture of bubble wrap, which kind of is interesting, which might give me some unintended good results. Some of it's like too fine, high frequency detail, so I feel like it's gonna get lost. Let's let's do the bubble wrap. I want to see what happens. I'm just curious. Call this one bubble wrap. Make a new texture. Make a new brush based on texture. Bubble wrap. Let's see what happens. Let's go in a little closer. I don't really see any difference here. Let me see if I can make a color. Huh. Let's just stamp one. It almost looks like ooh, that's weird. Like looks like reptile skin, which is interesting. Huh. I'm not sure what to make of that. It is like interesting. It's more, there's more space between like the noise, so you actually get more noise in there. You can see. Let me try. Let's add some more gradients here. Whoa. Let's adjust the settings on the brush. Let's add rotate along stroke and fade on edge. Ooh, that's weird. I don't like the edges, but I like what's happening on the middle now. Skip eraser. What else is there? Oh, we can make the colors vary. That's kind of cool. I don't really notice anything. Radiation. Oh, radius variation. Oh, jitter hue. Oh, there was no jitter. I'm guessing if I raise this, it'll add more color. Let's see if the variation radius helps it. I don't really notice anything. I'll just leave it on there. Let's try. So that was with the mouse. Let's see what happens with the brush. I kind of like the fact that it is a square brush. Yeah, I like it. I like that. I'm making it too grimy though. I'm pretty sure it's too grimy. What I could do is we can go crazy with the grime and then we'll pull back later and just like paint back. We could try that. So I'm thinking like cast shadowy areas and maybe like some rusty dirt grime stuff like kind of dripping out after a while. Maybe you can make it darker in there. Maybe this top part has a bit more catching. But this is kind of like, again, going into like obsessive paint mode where you're like, I need to paint every little tiny crevice and crack. And I noticed these lines happening. I kind of like that, so I'm going to emphasize that. Just like random lines going like this. I like that. I'll paint the edges away later. I don't know why. Just kind of, let's experiment and just let that be. I don't want to repeat it too much there, so maybe like over here, over there. kind of suggestive of like dripping again. And it kind of follows the overall shape going vertically, the pole. Maybe something over here looks a little empty. Maybe just make it darker in there. Darker down here. We're not using the 3D mouse right now, just using the pen and keyboard. I'm gonna back out and see. Um, Maybe add a bit more of an edge there. It almost looks like kind of blue, which is weird to me. The uh the color's like more orange red, but it's like coming out blue. Maybe it's like some kind of weird color relation that's happening. Don't know. Oh, that's so bizarre, seeing all these lines. It's kind of cool. Let me see. Let's kind of clean up the front a little bit. Ooh, that's weird. It's like it's adding all this like brush emboss noise. So I'm like cleaning it up, but then it's like kind of the thing where you're trying to pick up something with like a broom, and then like it never gets that line of dust. It's like that effect where you're trying to clean it up, but it just gets dirty again. That's weird. I kind of like it though, but it's adding like subtle high frequency noise. Yeah, that's weird. I'm using seeded color pick. It's like unintentionally becoming like a style. Try to get in closer here. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, it works. Let's try to maybe add some more breakup over here. I might do it over here too. Um, I could try to like make a corner of it like really dark. Let me see. Let's color grab that. And let's add like a weird color. Let's add like purple. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I like that. Like a weird, like drippy purple there. Might add some over here. Pressed F right there so it anchors my camera. Oh god. um yeah, let's chop this away. Let's see what happens. It looks like I put a piece of scotch tape on it. Trying to try doing it like this. It's so weird. What is that? Or like that type of tape that's like It's like that yellow tape, like yellow painter tape. I like this kind of black spot, so I'm gonna make it more intentionally there. This is like really grimy though. Like you wouldn't really see this, I think. Also, I noticed in my reference, there seems to be like this gradient. Let me try to show the camera. This gradient blue that happens. I want to see if I could replicate that effect. Let's see if we go to brush, and then this is like one reason I love 3D Coat is this thing. What is it? Coloring. And there's all these cool modes. And I think it's I'll have to just play around here. But I think it's increase hue. Or it might be hue saturation, but we should just try this. And let's see what happens if I yeah, that's not what I want. Let's try light and see what that does. Yeah, that's more of what I want. Let's try hue saturation. No. Saturate, let's see what that does. Okay. Increase hue, no. Lighten, I think it's lighten. Let's increase the opacity. Let's adjust the brush. Let's make it like, yeah, there you go, that's kind of what I was thinking. So like a soft brush. And the center is more brighter. Kind of see how that works. If I go with the big brush. Yeah, that's kind of like what I want. Let's try more intensely here. Yeah. I kind of like that. Let's try one more time. Yeah, that's cool. What if we do this a little bit up here? Does that blow it out a little? Let's undo that. I do like the gradient effect that it has, but let me combine my paint layer down. Let's actually save too. And I'll merge this down. And let's try that again. Yeah, I like that. Let's try doing it to this guy. Undo. Redo. It got rid of a lot of grime. Yeah. It kind of blows out the center of it. I could keep this and then paint back the red. It's gonna do again. I might just do that and then let's do the top and see how that feels. Ooh, that's interesting. It feels like it overexposed it and it blew out the whites. I kind of don't mind it though. Yeah, I kind of like it. I'll leave it. And I can go on forever, so I kind of don't want to do this anymore. Let's say we're happy with the front. I'll save. And then let's work on the back a little bit more. And then we'll, what time is it? It's already 2. Wait, what time? I'm supposed to leave at, I think I'm supposed to leave at 3:30, so I have an hour. Yeah, an hour and a half, but I might take a break, so it might have like an hour. Let me look at the reference here. Everything in the back is really like simple and white. Um, the pole itself is really white, and the metal brace might be more blue, but it's really subtle. I kind of want to experiment with like more of like a noise thing too. Let's see. Let's add a new layer so I can modify it. Let's try like a weird color so I could see it. Let's see. I don't see anything. What's happening? Oh, it has 0% opacity. Oh, I'm on coloring too. Let's switch to brush and raise the opacity. Okay. I don't know about that. Let's see if this one does. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna paint most of this away. That's really subtle. I kind of like that, how soft it adds to it. That's a cool brush. Let's paint away though. Let's use like a default brush here. And I'm gonna go with more of a hue, like a blue hue. Really neutral. Yeah, that kind of looks metal to me. Ooh, it's laggy. Why is it laggy? Too weak of a brush. Let's go pretty strong. It might be better to do masking here at this point. I remember using the masking thing. Is it Magic Wand? Invert. Invert freezing. Okay. I think it's inverted. Let's see. Invert. Okay. Okay, so I can color, I can select these pieces. And what else is going to be this color? Okay, let me start over. This piece. This will be this color. This will be this color. Let's flip it. And let me see. I might do a what do you call it? A fill. And let me see. I want to make the tilting stronger, but whatever. Fill with color. Layer. Let's see what happens. Do you want to fill entire layer? Oh, it might be too strong of a fill though. Let's try like 80%, see what happens. Oh, okay. Let's get rid of the mask. I forget what the hotkey is for the mask. Is it escape? No. Do I just click off? Is it already off? I'm not sure. Let's try, let's like painting over here. Let's see. No, it's not off. Guess I have to, where is it? Freeze? Alt F, let's see what, oh, there you go, so you can see it's still frozen. Toggle freeze view. What the hell, why is it getting bigger? It's kind of cool that you can see different ways. That kind of makes me think of Mario Kart. I want to unfreeze though. Oh, here, unfreeze all. Control D. There you go. So I did 80% filling, so that way it gets like some of the noise detail from earlier. That was kind of the first test. We can do that down here. We still have the color selected, so back to Magic Wand. And we'll select these guys. That looks kind of fun. Hey, did I select everything right? So this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Let's do all of them since we're here. I think that's it. Yeah. And then we'll go back to fill, 80% fill, fill layer. Oh wait, I did it reversed. I forgot to reverse it. Undo that. Magic wand, flip. And fill. Let's unmask for a sec. Control D. Get a preview of how it looks. That's really dark. Also, this stuff feels really grimy still. I might unify the back more with the fill as well. The sticker I could just do a fill later, I think, as well. I'm kind of curious to see how it handles this back with a fill or a mask. We'll see. It'd be too much of a color shift. I don't know. That might be too dark. I could maybe do an overall fill to like tie them back together. Let's try filling this stuff though, because I feel like it's too intense. Magic wand. So let's see what happens when I click that. Oh, it does the front too. That's interesting. Oh, that's right. It is a solid object. That's why. I feel like if I did this. Yeah. That's interesting. That means I have to paint that by hand, I think. Which isn't impossible, it's just annoying. I can't do a fill. I can still mask though. What about this? Yeah. I'll just do that by hand too. I think I'll just do the poll as one. That might help. So let's add all this stuff. I might just use my pen because there's so much clicking. There's so much clicking, so one of the downsides is you don't want to have to do this over and over because there's so much to click. Oh, I missed that one. I'll just paint it by hand really quick. Okay, I think that's the poll. Just double checking. And then for this color, let's switch to fill. Oh wait, magic wand, invert, and we'll fill. And I might color grab this color. Um, let's see how it looks. At 80%. Okay, less grimy for sure. It still kept some of the grime, which is cool. But it does feel more unified, which is awesome. Um, let's get rid of the mask. Yeah, this still feels too dark to me. I wonder if I can do, like, let's say I mask this, and I'm like, mask that, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want this. Okay, cool. So what I could do, control lets me take off the mask. I wanted to think of a fast way to like flip masks, but or like get rid of flip masks and then like get rid of pieces. Ugh. Is there like a faster way to like select stuff? What if I hold down and click? Nope. Um, I'm getting burnt out. I don't want to click everything because I want to like make these lighter. Let's think here. I could just wash over it with like a brush, but then it won't be evenly done. In the meantime, though, let's paint this away. I kind of like that. That's different though. That kind of works for me. I want to make it darker actually. Let me save everything again. Let me try masking and adding these guys to it. So that mistake kind of convinced me to do something different here. So these will be darker. And I can color grab this and I'll make it darker. Flip the mask and we'll fill. And then let's deselect and see what it looks like. Can I toggle the view? Let's see. Freeze, toggle. Alt F. Alt F. There's a lot of toggling though. It's not kind of what I wanted, but show hide. Is it control F then? Oh, it's control F. Okay. And this lets me see different types of masks. This is kind of cool. I like this one. Control F hides it. Okay. And then Shift D erases it, I think. That's a lot to remember. Yeah, Control D erases it. But I like that it's darker. That's kind of cool. I might actually keep. It's kind of growing on me how dark it is. Um, mm, maybe yeah, it's still too dark, honestly. I just don't want to click them all again. Hmm. Me just thinking about it is like the time I could spend clicking on them. Let me clearly mask and we'll start clicking them. Am I masking? What happened? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think I got them all there. Let's move this color palette to the side. I'm gonna probably fill with like 40% just to see how that feels. Oh, we forgot to click that bottom one. That's interesting. So I'm gonna flip my selection, and we're gonna go fill, and then I'm gonna fill with this color, and we're gonna do 40%. I'm gonna do it by hand here, so I get like a random number, 38%. Fill. It's gonna be lighter. Let's see what happens here. Lighter, and let's Control D, get rid of our mask. Yeah, I like that. It's better. It's a little too grimy again on the back, so I might start painting that back. I'm gonna say we're like 90% there. I don't want to work on this anymore. I'm getting bored. Okay, so back to brushing. And let's see what our brush is. Let's go to the bubble wrap again. I think just for fun, let's add another brush. So let me go to here. There's like, that's kind of interesting. There's like a used, what do you call those? Like those pill capsule things you shove out, and it's like that tinfoil wrap that holds like individual capsules. I want to see what that would look like. That looks interesting. Call this one pill wrap, I guess. And then let's go over here, add it based on texture, pill wrap. See what that looks like. Let's change the color weird so you can see it. So it's like that that thing that you push out from the where the pills. Again, it's a square brush. Let's go to the brush options. Fade on edge. Sharp shape, what does that do? Doesn't look that different to me. Rotate along stroke. Let's put this to 0 roughness. I don't think it matters in this case, but I'm not using it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I kind of wish the edges were more faded, so you get like a rounder brush, but don't use eraser alpha. Let's see what this does. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Random flip, let's see what that does. I don't see a difference there. Oh, it's probably the settings, they're all zeroed out. Position jitter. Oh, that's a little weird. Huh. I feel like I can use that, but I don't know for what. I don't know what. That's cool though. Let's turn that to 0 for now. Can we go negative? No. That'd be stupid. I kind of want to type it. Let's see what happens. -2, -3. Oh, you can go negative. It doesn't do anything though. Yeah. Yeah. Saturation jitter. This might be fun if I add like slightly more color. Shift. Where is this? Vary color per stroke. Jitter hue. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Jitter brightness. I feel like I could do something with this. I like this noise. It's like JPEG noise a little bit. It might be too colorful though. Let's try going more. Ooh. I kind of like that. Let's mess with this. Let's go pretty low though. Let's go like 666. Yeah. I think this is cool. Maybe it's a little too subtle though. Let's go. Oh, that's weird. Why did it grab red? That's weird. Why did it color grab through this? Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know why it's color grabbing over here. What if I did this then? Oh, weird, it color grabbed over here. I want to see if it color grabs this color. No. I don't know. I don't know why that works like that. I think this is too subtle for what I want. Let's go crazy. Let's go like 30 again. Maybe that's a little too strong. Let's try like 10 or 12. Let's try 12. I'm just getting like getting lost experimenting. It's kind of cool. It's like it adds a bunch of weird grime. I'm gonna try to paint it back away so it has this like interesting undertone of weird colors. I just don't know why color picks that. Yeah, it goes through it. I don't know. That's interesting. That's something new I haven't really encountered. I'm gonna bring my camera back here. I feel like if you use 3D Code a lot, like you might have to. Arguably, you could say like the Space Mouse is worth getting if you use it a lot. I think not so much for like Blender, but let me try switching brushes. I really like this brush. Can I save it? Save. Sure. It's probably already saved. Let's see if I tab back to this guy. Tab back to this guy. Okay, so it did save my brush settings. Cool. But this is kind of crazy, so let's go back to these guys. Try to paint away a little bit of the craziness. Maybe uh it, it's let me try this brush. Trying to like smush away the color. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I could use this guy again. This was kind of fun. Oops. There you go. Let's paint away this side. Um, Try and look at it from a distance. Uh, Debating if I should like paint dark in here. I'll just leave it. For this brush. Oh, that's interesting. Popped up in a menu there. I can't reach it though, like it disappears before I click it. Oh, press right mouse button to edit. Can I scroll? No. I don't know. It's whatever. Let's see. I want to add a little bit of jitter on the hue and the brightness and the saturation, just a little bit. I think it'll be more fun to use this brush like that. And then I'll go back and paint away with this brush. Bring this color palette down here. Let's paint away this area. Oopsie. Yeah, I just had to grab the color from the pole. Still kind of messy looking up there, so I might paint that out. It feels like it's red there. That. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half now. This lighter. Oopsie. It might be the color variation that I'm adding. It's just like too intense. Maybe. Let's go back and erase some of this. I like that it adds a bit of texture though. The downside is I have to paint twice though. It's almost like someone wiping it with like a dirty rag. And like the smudge marks are kind of left. Okay. Kind of preview it. Save again. I think I want to bring this in the blender and see how it feels. It looks kind of boring with it being white, but the reference has it white. I also don't know what to do with the sticker. We could try something really quick with the sticker. Let's try using magic wand, and we'll mask it, invert it, and we'll fill it with a color. I'm thinking like deep blue or dark blue or something. Fill it. And let's hide the mask. We could draw something on this. Don't know what to draw though. Let's look at stickers on Pinterest. I could make a I could project out a texture. That might be something. I don't even know what this is, but I think it'd be fun if I, well, it won't work correctly. I think there's going to be too many complications with this. I don't think I should do it. I think I should get rid of that little sticker. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the sticker, I think. It's also kind of off-putting. So yeah, we'll just get rid of it. Um, it's a creative call here. Let's get rid of the mask. And let's save this. Let's actually get it into Blender. I still feel like this is too clean. So let's modify that a little bit more. Let's merge the color down. And then I'm gonna go over this thing and just blur it out more. Smudge it. Let's see. I'm just tapping it and kind of going over it. Okay, let's see how that feels now. Oops. Oh. Oh, I'm trying to use Blender hotkeys. Come on. There. Okay. I think it's better. I could maybe go a little bit further here. Let's go with this brush. And we'll add subtle brush strokes outside of the shape. Grab some blue. I don't want to cut into it too much though. That feels a little bit more painterly. Oops. I keep hitting spacebar. It's a little better. I'll keep adjusting it, I think, later, but for now, I'm okay with it. Let's see what we did. Let's go to textures, export, color maps, and we're gonna save all out textures, and we're gonna go to our folder. Textures, 3D coat textures, and it's gonna replace these, I think. And then let's tab back to Blender. Let's, I could do a snapshot to before and after as well, so you kind of get an idea of if things feel better or not. So we're on the signpost map, and I'm going to get rid of this guy. This is my old texture. I have a node wrangler, so I just do Control T, and we'll just find our texture here. Textures, 3D code textures, signpost map. Oh wait, oh no, that's fine. Wait, oh, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, and is this all one model? Oh no, okay, so we have to put these in. But yeah, I'm not really feeling this guy, so I might get rid of him. It was fun to just see what it felt like, but yeah, I don't know. It's okay. I feel like it's more unified. Let's apply these other ones here. So same thing, Control T, open, and back to that folder, texture, sign support 1. Same thing, Control T, 2, T, oop. What happened there? Oh, did I crash? Oh god, what happened? I must have hit something by mistake. Oh, I must have clicked this guy. And this last one. Yeah, they're both selected. That's interesting. Okay. So those are all the corresponding textures. I kind of don't want this to have roughness or metallicness. Ooh, that's weird. What happened there? Oh, that's right. We were smudging and it went through. Interesting. Okay, I'd have to keep that in mind next time. It didn't actually really bleed into this, but it bled through the back to the front. Front to the back, I mean. Interesting. There's also this black smudge. Let me tab over. Yeah, our black smudge is in 3D Coat. That's interesting. Okay. Let's I could bake another ambient occlusion in Marmoset to put on top of this as well. I feel like we could push the colors of these guys as well. Let's see what it looks like when we have these. It's almost like unintentionally cool. It feels like someone put a stencil on there. Let me see if I could let's get rid of metallic. What is this rendering with? Oh, Eevee. Um, I don't want this to be for like a really stylized world. I could try baking down like cavity maps and stuff in Marmoset. I feel like that's the next thing I should try. We'll clean this stuff up, the color later. Oh, let me think. Yeah, we could try baking high to high just for the ambient. Could see what that would look like. This technically has an ambient occlusion from 3D Coat in there, but let me see. Oh, these are all separate. Um, let's make it so the lights are unselectable. So we just hid the lights. I don't think we have a camera. Yeah, it's just gonna grab these guys and then we'll export this out as a high poly objects, high poly. Selected. And then let's go to Marmoset. Import poly. Let's switch the thing. Cool, that works. Okay, I want to try baking high to high. Whoa, look at all these parts. Is that right? Why is there so many parts? Weird. Is that right? Why did they... These aren't separate, are they? Oh, they are. Oh. Okay, that explains why these are separate. Um, but that doesn't matter. I'm just kind of curious. So we're gonna make a big. I'm gonna copy paste this one, paste, and I'll stick this in a high and low. What else do I need to do? In the low, we have to make sure this cage is okay. Trying to figure out the camera controls. I think this is too big. So let's lower the cage size. That might be too small, but we'll just kind of play with it and see. Let's check out the bake settings. I just want, I don't care about normals. I want ambient occlusion. We could try curvature. I don't know what that'll do. I want, oh, I do want curvature, maybe cavity. Thickness, maybe? I don't know. Curvature and cavity maybe is the main thing, and ambient occlusion. So let's just do those three. I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I need curvature, it's okay. And then that one's good. Let's figure out what we're gonna bake. I'm gonna do a PNG. And let's go to textures, and I'll make a new folder and call it Marmoset Bakes. And I'll call this one sign. $2K. Let's turn off auto reload. I think that's it. And then we'll bake. Sometimes you'll see it happen. I don't see it happening here. Sometimes it applies it. Let's go back to Blender. Let me save this as well. I don't want to save it in the same folder. Nah, I shouldn't do that. I'll just save it over to the main folder. I'll call it Marmoset Files. Call this one. Tab back to Blender. And let's see what those textures did. I'm going to look at the files and see if it looked like it baked right. I think it did. It looks okay. Oh, wait, it has some... I can see faceted edges. If you go to this view, it picked up on these faceted edges. I did shade smooth. Yeah, I should have done that. Just select everything. And then shade smooth. Then if I just select that's weird, why can't I select that one? Oh, it's a different object maybe? Yeah. Okay, so what I have to do is maybe this will help it. So I'll mark sharp on those. So you can see those are now nice and hard. Edges, mark sharp. Same thing here. There we go. So now all the stuff's smooth. Oh wait, darn it, I gotta do these. What if I do what if I do this? What if I do auto smooth? Yeah, that worked. Cool. Auto smooth. Auto smooth. Auto smooth. Cool. Nice. Okay. So now these have cleaned up edges, or fast. This is like not faceted edges. I gotta export. I think Marmoset will automatically replace it for me, which is awesome. So let's export one more time. FBX. Replace it, selected objects, save, and then let me go back to Marmoset really quick. It's reloading. It's making the 3 maps for me. And then if you go back to Blender, and we click on, where am I? Double check the textures. Yep, they're nice and smooth. Awesome. So now let's look at applying these just to see what they look like. So we'll do it on the first guy here. You'll see the difference. I'll make it pretty big here. Right now we're just using a color, but I want to add another thing. Control T. And let's add the ambient Marmoset bakes, and let's try. Oh wait. Oh, that's weird. I actually don't know what part this goes to. Oh, this is weird. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I just realized that that's really bad and weird. Okay. So I only have 3 maps, but I have like multiple. Oh, they're overlapping. Okay, I see what's happening. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Hmm. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. It technically would work for one of the objects, but I don't know what's on top. So I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah. Oof. Okay, we're back. So I need to figure out how to, let me put this over here. Marmoset. We have to separate the bakes out. And let's see how we can do that. Let me minimize my reference, it's in the way. Okay, so, oh no, stop baking, stop auto baking. Why is that auto baking? Tangent space. Oh, this is it right here, interactive. That's not what I want. I want this offline. That's why it keeps baking for me. I don't know if this is automatically checks external mesh files. Yeah, let's leave that on. Okay, so the problem we're facing is, for example, this piece right here. One, two. Oh, these pieces are separate too, so that's a problem. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We could still do this. That's why there's so many parts, because of this. Is this separate down here? Oh, this is separate too, that's why. Okay. We could still do this. I need to make a separate bake project for each piece. I could do it by hand here, or I could do it in Blender. I'd have to do it twice here though, I think. Or no, do I? No, I mean, I could copy paste the one I do once. Hmm. Why is it separate like that though? I think it's faster if I do it in Blender. So let's go back to Blender. I'll just do it in Blender. It would kind of suck if I have to like redo the setup though. I don't think I have to. Let's see. So in here, let's make that smaller. I don't know why that's so laggy. That's weird. We'll just combine the things that will be one thing. You can always separate them again so it's not really destructive. What else? Combine. I like how this one has um like grunge under it. It kind of feels like realistic in the sense that like things naturally like collect moisture or like dust there. So it feels like realistic in that sense. Which is like you won't really see it so it's not really noticeable, but I like that. That too, but that doesn't look like grime as much. But anyways, this is one. So if we go to materials, we can double check ourselves. So the things we combined still have that single mat. That was fast. Let's go back to Marmoset first, and I'll just delete everything in the folders. Let me think here. Yeah, okay. So just delete everything in the folders. And then in Blender, we have to do something a little different. We have to export out each object as their corresponding part. So fx, and I'll call this one stop sign 2, and I'll call it signpost I, and then export this guy. This one will be called support 1. I'm just going to copy the whole name so I don't have to do it every time. Export FBX 2. Three, 4, and now back in Marmoset, go import and I think we have to do a separate big project for each one of these. I'm not sure. Big group maybe. Yeah, no, let's just bring in all the parts stuff. 1. 2, 3, and 4. Minimize them so it's less clutter. So I think maybe I can get away with doing like multiple bake groups. Copy or duplicate, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's just do the first one first. Put in the high. Wait, what? Can't be right. What happened? Why is this showing? Oh, that's weird. Oh, I see what happened. It got hidden because it's in the high. Okay. Copy or duplicate, and I'll put this in the low. And then this is really confusing. I'm gonna save. We'll do this in iterations so we make sure it works. Check the low, and we're gonna see if the offset's okay of the cage. I think it's okay. And I can kind of go to the bake properties. Everything is good. Oh, that might be another problem though. Is this is saving out as sign, so it would probably replace them all. Yeah, that's interesting. That might we might not be able. We have to do it out of this file, not this file. I think, yeah, yeah. That makes it a little less confusing in some ways. I kind of want to do it just for the sake of seeing what happens. So let's see what happens. It baked really fast. Oh wow, yeah, I made it. Okay, so this worked, which is good. That's what we were expecting. Um, but let's see. I want to see what happens. So what we were thinking about doing, which will probably break it, is sticking this next guy in here, duplicating it, and here. And so now if we baked again, I think we would have overlapping matches. Yeah, okay, so that's what happened. Yeah, so it baked it underneath that one, so that one did not work. Okay, so that helps us understand what's happening. So we can't do that. Bring this one back out. Did I just put it in here? What happened? Oh yeah, it's in there. Where'd it go? I lost it again. Is it in here? Oh, it is. Just stay like right here. There you go. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have to get rid of this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So this is okay. This setup is okay. But I want to copy this one because this has all the settings I already like. And I have to empty these really quick. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this one again. We need 5 total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This way we could save out as a different file name. This is really confusing. Oh god, there's something else in here. Oh, I put in the wrong one. Let's put it into this one. Duplicate this guy, put it in the low. Duplicate him, put him in the low. It's so confusing. It lined up nicely and worked out, so Okay, so this should bake out as we want, but we have to make sure the names are right. So this one's baking out as sign, and then this one should, oh, you know what, maybe we should call this something else then. This has to be called like, what did I call them? Let's look in Blender. Signpost, and then support. Okay, that's the naming convention. So this first one has to be called like signpost. Make sure this is saving right. Marmoset bakes, and I'll call this one signpost. Save. I'm also going to empty out my Marmoset bake folder so I don't leave it there and forget about it and bake it and it gets buried in there. So that one's good. Let's do this one. We'll call this one support 1. Or just call it, yeah, support 1. Save. This one's called support 2. It'd be even better if we like named these, but I kind of don't care enough. There's like diminishing returns on doing that. Support 3. And last one. Four. Save, and now let's hit the bake button on the first one. There's probably a better way to do this. I think there's something here that will let me do that, but this works, so it's not too bad. Okay, so let's check our folder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5, yeah, 3 times 5. They look really clean. And then let's try loading them into, we'll see what we did. Let's go back to Blender. And let's see. So back to this guy. Let's make this bigger. And let's load in a ambient occlusion. What is this? This is support 1 AO. And then we'll use a color mixer. And drag this guy. Oh wow, look at that. Really dark AO. Let's see what it looks like from original to this. It looks like it blew out the color it took over. Huh. We could try multiply or soft light and see what that does. Multiply. It looks like it just overrode the color. Let's see if we can go here. Let's bring back the lights here. That's weird. It just like overtook. It overtook the Is this right? Why is it like that? Texture? No, that's not it. Why is that so strong? Let's try screen. I'm expecting to see like more of the base color, but I don't see it anymore. What happened? What the hell? Try mix. Okay, so this is the base, and then this is the AO. Why does it like just completely take over though? Like if I go multiply. Oh. Okay, so if I go here, you could see it's doing it now. Versus this. Okay. So we have to do factor 100 and then multiply. I feel like multiply is too strong though. Let me switch to a different mode here. We can maybe change the color. It does what I want, but it's like too dark. See what happens if I turn this back on. It's like really dark though. What if I did something else here? What's that like? I forget what that is. It's like a slider. It's like a color slider. What it's called? Color ramp, maybe? Yeah. Could do a color ramp. That makes it less extreme. Could even add a hue, which is kind of fun. And then you could see without everything. And with it. It'd be fun if it had more of like a breakup of like a mask breakup. I don't know how to do that though. I've never done that. And I think it takes too long for how much time I have. I have like 30 minutes, I think. But this is cool. Let me see. I could save this part out as a what do you call those? Like an N? No. Uh, make links, make group. I can make it a group. Then we back out. And that way I could just copy paste this guy in the other guys, and it's like all neatly wrapped up there. I could probably rename it. I can call it multiply. Did I spell that right? Multiply AO. Cool. I'm gonna save that. We'd have to still go in here and modify this texture for each one, but it still sets up the thing for us, which is cool. Looks neater here too. Let's apply them for the other ones. These guys are pretty simple, so I'll do them. So this guy, let's replace him. Actually, wait. Move this back. Copy paste this guy. And plug them in. It's not going to be right now, but we'll adjust it in a sec. I'm just going to paste them in first. Cool. And then now I have to go back in each one of these. And let's apply this guy. This will be support 2. There we go. support 3, and support. Wait, what the? Oh, what happened? Oh no! Oh, that's interesting. Oh no! Oh, they're all sharing the same thing. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I kind of knew that, but I didn't. I was thinking. Oh, that's a good thing and a bad thing. The cool thing is if I change this color, they all change. But the bad thing is they can't support a unique thing here. We could do this. We could do this. Okay, so what I would do, let me think here. What I would do is I would just copy paste this out. So let's go back out and paste this out. And I'll make this a group. And then this input here, and this would be the other output. And this back out. So this is going to take 2 nodes. And then, so that way these stay consistent with all of them with the color and the multiply. Yeah, this works, this works. And I'll rename this one. Actually, let's delete this. So we have to kind of redo it, but it's okay. I made a mistake. Let's go through and delete, or actually let's copy this and we'll delete this one. We'll replace them all now. Whoops. Paste. Paste. Okay. And then let's get the first one working. So the first one will go into the factor, the second goes into the second one, and I'll plug in this one again. Support AO1. There you go. I could copy this over to the next one now. And plug that in. And then change that to 2. There you go. Could just copy paste that one actually. Where's this? What am I doing? Oh wait, okay. This is number 3. Oh, okay, we can't do that. Never mind. Oops. Did I mess this up? No, this is fine. So we can't copy paste this one. It'll change this one. My mind's getting like a little boggled with all the intricate steps that are happening. Last one. AO4. Actually, I might have to do this one more time with the signs. Cool. So the back's working. Let's apply it to this guy. Let's pull these back. Let's add this one over here. And let's do Textures, marmoset, and signpost AO. And put that here, put that there. Cool. There you go. All the AOs are applied. The AO really shines on this stuff where it's like all a bunch of like nitty gritty crevices and dark cavities, and this one's really like big planes, so it's kind of like, I guess it does catch it like here maybe. Let's see if I just do it straight. Yeah, it does do it a little bit, but most of it's like back here. It does definitely help it though. Cool. I might call it a day-to-day. Let's see what this looks like when it's with the Eevee rendering. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The sexy parts like back here, it's like, oh, look at all that detail. But then this side's like really simple. I'm happy I fixed this. I kind of kept this color shape. I kind of liked it. This has no, let's look at the this has no, oh, it does have metallic. Thought it didn't have any. Let's put it to 0, see how that feels. And then with metallic, maybe like a little metallic will help it, especially with the pull, to give it that specular shine. What do these got? These have no roughness, or no metalness. They just kick in a little bit. Let's copy that number to the other guys so they're consistent. Yeah, it's cool. The backside's really fun. I gotta paint that out later. But yeah, I'm gonna minimize this side. Let's save. I want to do something fun just as a test to see if this group thing worked. So like, let's say I already saved, so I'm gonna save again just in case. But like, let's say we want to change the color, they should all change. Let's make it pink. Oh, that's pretty cool. So now the ambient occlusion's like pink. And I did it for everything. This like off reddish yellow kind of feels good. Or blue. Purple looks weird. I guess if there was like a neon sign or something next to it, maybe that would make sense. Like, this feels okay to me. Really subtle. What if it was like really dark? Okay, so it's like black right there. Black's pretty cool too. That's just like default ambient. I'm not gonna save that though, but I'm gonna stop the stream and I don't know what to do tomorrow. I want to do like something more fun where you just like sculpt and not do technical boring stuff like baking. So we might do that tomorrow. We'll see.